Yo.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's
How
up?
you doing?
Good. What about you?
I'm pretty good. So, yeah, we can have you play just a game, and then we'll probably go into a custom game. Usually these last for about like an hour, but sometimes they go over.
Okay.
So you're Plat 3, you play Reyna, Jett, but sometimes you also play agents like Killjoy and Sky.
Um,
Um,
well, so I play like a lot on my what you call it alt account, and then on my alt account I play like Reyna and Jett because that's what I like. But on my main account I'm kind of like scared to play them because like like when you do bad, your
mhm.
teammates are gonna like blame you and stuff.
So what is your alt's rank? Because is your main still Plat 3, or is like Plat still, I
It,
guess?
it's still Plat 3. I've got a Platinum 2 account and a Gold 3 account.
So you have two alts.
Yes.
Do you mainly play on your alts, or do you play mainly on your main?
I play mainly on my alts.
Okay. So what's your peak rank? Have you ever had diamond?
Yes.
Okay.
I was diamond what's it called this act, but then I deranked. I'm like 2 RR away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. I would suggest just from experience, I have a lot of time playing Valorant, and I've done the same thing where I get in this like habit of playing on my ults because it feels nice, right? Like you probably want to play on your ults because you probably play better, and also your teammates won't flame you if you play better. So, or like
Right.
whatever happens on your main. But from experience, I can tell you that's definitely a bad habit to get into. Just because the main reason is because your muscle memory will, like, if you think about how different players play in different ranks, if you want to get better, you don't want to play with lower ranked people more because your muscle memory is going to adapt to play in that rank and not in a higher rank. And obviously, you want to adapt to play in a higher rank because you want to rank up. So I would suggest just if you're going to play on alts, do it with friends or just do it for fun, but don't do it to
Right.
like try hard. Because
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you. That's my advice. You don't have to follow it, but that's what I would definitely suggest. So
Right.
other than that, are you gonna play on your main today?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So also another thing is that goes along with that. Don't be scared to play um Reyna or Jett. Obviously, you want to get better. If your
Right.
teammates flame you, the best thing you can do is just mute them or tell them, you know, you don't have to apologize. All you have to say is like, I'm doing my best, whatever XYZ. If they're being really toxic, you
Right.
can just mute them. But yeah, so that's that. Reyna and Jett is my agent pool, so I'll help you a lot with those. I can help a
Okay.
little bit with Killjoy and Sky as well, but I haven't played as much of them.
All right.
So, um, yeah, you can go ahead and screen share if you want, or if you have any other questions.
Uh, I'll screen share, but I'm doing a quick death match first
Okay.
because I just did some co so I want to do like a quick death match before we start.
Yeah, so deathmatch is cool because like you can warm up and aim lab or Kovacs, but it doesn't really get your like game sense going or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. That's good for
Um,
sure.
I just run around in death match, so
Yeah, that's what you should do. It helps you become less scared to die whenever you play ranked, or hopefully it does anyway.
okay.
So on your main, you don't play. You play like the other two characters more, like Sentinels and
Yes.
Sky.
Yeah. Because I don't like really lock in first. I just like wait for other people to lock in and they don't really take them.
Yeah. I would also what I do, I always insta lock. You don't have to insta lock, but also that comes along with like confidence, and whenever you know you can do well, you insta lock more. So,
Okay.
but you can insta lock. Why not? Also, I just started playing Chamber. I think he's super fun. I think he's really
I still
broken
gotta
actually.
lock him on my main.
I can already tell your aim's pretty good.
Oh, thank
I
you.
feel like I say this to everyone, but I mean, it does feel like it. Everyone that I coach has a good aim. Maybe it's because everyone warms up.
Oh,
What's your sensitivity?
800 DPI, 0.317.
Oh, that's pretty good sense actually. Lower than me, but I've always played high.
Yeah.
Yeah, deathmatch can also be frustrating. That's the reason I don't always play it.
Yeah.
but can also be very satisfying to play. Yeah, your awareness is pretty good too. I, if I had to guess, the problem is not, well, obviously game sense is different for deathmatch than like an actual comp game,
Yeah.
but your aim's very good. Like where your crosshairs placed at, where you expect the enemies to be, for the most part, is very good. So my guess is that you might, we might want to look at like some specific maps or like how you're playing on certain maps, and then also like Reyna and Jett. How much time do you have on those agents compared to the other ones? Like, is it about equal or
I've got
less?
way more time on Reyna and Jett.
Okay, good. So that probably won't be the problem then, but it could also be a slight problem. We'll see.
Yeah.
Like where you flash, stuff like that. So you seem pretty fearless right now. I hope that transfers into a game or into a game. But also there's the risk of being like too aggressive, which is also like
Yeah.
just not a good thing. Nice shots though.
Thank you.
So you use Vandal, I guess.
Um, the thing is, my Phantom skin sucks. Like, I'm better with the Phantom, but like,
You got
it's,
the
I mean, it's not great.
you got the reverse skin.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I prefer Phantom, but not by a whole lot. I like swapping around a lot, as a lot of players
Yeah.
do,
I swapped one too.
especially depending on the map or where you're pushing. Do you ever get tilted or like frustrated at
I
yourself or at your
mean,
teammates?
when I do like horrible, I'm like, I should have done better and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to gauge like what the I mean if anything's holding you back, what it is, pretty much.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing for?
Well, I kind of started like, well, I started early, but then like quit, but then I started again. It's been like 4 months or so.
Yeah, that's how I play this game. I always take fat breaks because it's
Yeah.
just yeah, but it seems like you have a good potential from watching Deathmatch.
Yeah.
Um, so another thing coming from someone that also plays like a lot of Reyna and Jett is you can't actually expand your agent pool into like one more duelist. Whatever that duelist is up to you. But I chose like Raze.
Yeah, I was
Um,
also thinking about Raze because I play like Raze and like she seems pretty fun.
she's really fun and she's very good.
Yeah.
She's a little different though. That's the problem than Jett and Reyna. Jett and Reyna have some
Yeah.
overlap because dash, dismiss. You have heal as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, Raze does have cool movement though with her satchels that you can pick
Yeah.
up.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's where the Phantom would come in handy. This is your first FPS game on PC?
I played a little bit of CS:GO, but I barely played it.
Okay. That's impressive then, since you're how you're playing anyway.
I do a good amount of Kovacs.
Yeah, I can tell. Like that. spamming through walls is something that people in Diamond and Immortal don't do a lot, that higher players don't, like very consistently do.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you should spam everything, but if you have reason to believe someone's behind a spammable wall, you could just spam it.
Right. Oh, alright, we can play now. So.
Okay. One more thing I was gonna say, I noticed you do this like 2 or 3 times. You're like spraying and you're trying to like track them. That's mainly just like a short range vandal problem. But another thing you can do to ensure that doesn't happen is just like whenever you notice yourself, like whenever you feel like you want to spray like that, you can just stop and then pretty much like just try to tap them again or like shoot them in the chest with a burst.
Right.
Because especially with the vandal, it's hard to do that and hit them close range.
Right. Yeah.
That's just like a muscle memory thing. You have to catch yourself on. Oh, there's your phantom skin. Actually, don't know. Most people don't like that skin.
Yeah.
Oh, you're 2 hour.
Yeah. 2 hour away.
Black drink.
Right.
I guess you have a lot more playtime on your other
Yeah.
accounts as act.
And this is like my last actor.
Yeah, don't worry too much about rank. It really like it's easier said than done, but like especially if you're like hitting your highest rank or whatever. But it really doesn't matter in the long run. What matters is like how you improve and how you play the game.
Yeah.
And with learning and improving, your rank will follow. So don't be scared. Play on your ults only like with friends or just for fun, and
Yeah.
I think you'll notice an increase for sure.
Oh. Oh no. Yeah, I hate this map.
I actually like this map. It's like it's not my favorite, but Reyna is definitely really good for this map, so take advantage of that.
Okay.
You like to communicate much to your team, or are you more of just kind of like a player?
Um, it depends. Sometimes when I feel like communicating, I communicate. Sometimes I like normally stay quiet.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you're not really much of like a shot caller like in IGL, which is fine.
No.
But it is good to call like important things you see, because not everyone's a shot caller in IGL, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't call like important things like where like if spike drops or if you see someone in the corner that no one else noticed, something like that.
I mean, yeah, I do normally call those stuff out, like
Yeah,
who's in the corner right there.
perfect. That's all you got really got to do for now. Unless you want to shot call, but um, yeah. I guess chamber would be really good for this map.
Yeah.
So you're attacking. Where do you like to go and attack? Your 4 options.
I honestly just follow my team and where they want to go, I just go there. I don't really choose.
Okay.
It's basically what my team does.
So it's something you can choose. Um, especially if you have a preference as Reyna, you do open up the site for your team, so you can kind of, unless your team just doesn't follow you, then you know.
Yeah.
I guess you like Ghost. I like that. This is good. Obviously, buying full heal is always good.
Sometimes I do buy flash because I think it's easier to get inside.
Yeah, it's fine. I would just one thing is just basically don't buy armor for the most part right now.
Yeah.
On pistol round, I mean, of course. I personally like the frenzy a lot, so you can also use that if you're playing, if it fits your playstyle. But Ghost is very good.
Oh, watch out, my volley.
Okay, Cena raises here for sure.
Yeah.
Show the
There's a
trip.
cypher
Show the trip.
here.
He's gonna be close.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate. Whoa.
Killed everybody.
Ooh. That gun's just kind of nice.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, what you did was fine, but I probably would have pushed. Did you see, like, on the right side where the person was, or, like, behind the wall? I probably would have pushed the wall whenever this guy flashed on your
Yeah.
team, because there's a very low chance she wouldn't be blind and that anyone else would be there, and if there was, you could just kill them and dismiss away.
Yeah.
Try to think about that a lot when you play Reyna. Like, how can you play aggressive and then use your dismiss to live from, like, a really risky spot?
Okay.
Like, actually live and
Um,
not, just dismiss into
would you
another.
like normally? Would you normally buy anything here?
I like buying shorty. You buy a flash for sure, or double flash if you don't want to buy a shorty, or you can buy, technically you can sell a flash and buy a ghost or a frenzy as well, but yeah, this is fine. Just depends what pistol or sidearm you like. You have a flash, could be close. Can walk. It's to enter. Yeah, this is. They know. Oh. Good. That's fine.
Oh, we got two.
You could also just set up top where, like where you were. That was a good attempt
Oh.
on your team. You guys got the point, so
Yeah.
definitely not the worst eco round.
Team Ace.
Okay.
So here, I would swap it up. I like to go, even if you're going alone, if you can win your gunfights,
Uh-huh.
can just kind of, yeah, like go, I would go personally B side here to the
Okay.
left, and then just try to take a fight. If your team doesn't follow you, it doesn't matter, because you're creating pressure here. If your team does follow
Yeah.
you, that's great.
So do I make noise or do I go
I would
silent?
walk and just think about where they can be, place your crosshair there, just like it's deathmatch.
Okay.
You win the fight. Can't be there. Could be behind these boxes though. And up tops. Cypher, you know Cypher plays up top.
Yeah.
You can sneak up behind him, most likely. Oh, never mind. You should shoot that.
Do you see me?
He did, yeah. He's
Oh.
up to your right for sure. Unless he's not, but I actually don't know if he saw you. The quality's kind of low for me to tell.
Oh.
Oh my god, that guy didn't even shoot the blind.
Spike down B.
You have a blind? You could tell your Viper to drop the wall.
Viper can drop the ball. Drop one.
I would play up top here. You can just hide. You don't have to peek.
Enemy remaining.
Good job. Yeah, that one's probably gonna come the other way because he arrowed.
Yeah.
You don't need to peek. Over peeking is not good. Wait for your Viper to get seen and then peek off of that.
Oh yeah.
Watch the left. Watch the left. Up top. Yep. That's perfect.
Last player standing.
This is perfect. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, so over peeking is a problem I struggle with sometimes because you get a kill, you're like, I want more. I know I can get more, but if you put yourself in a bad spot and end up dying, then that's all like a 1v1 that your team could very easily lose.
What I was thinking there is like since they have the wall there, if he pushes through the wall, I have my Viper and me, so like he's gonna have to fight both of us.
That is true, but if the Viper wall drops and then he gets an angle on one of you and then you can't see
Yeah, I
him,
see, I see.
yeah. And also watching up top is necessary because that is where he came from, so this is a good flash. You could throw it a little bit farther to the right though.
Oh.
You could push. You can ult off rip. Definitely ult. Walk up. You can go potentially. Nice shot. You can
Oh.
push. You can push. Don't be scared. Just one, I think. Could be two.
I'll try to take my dismiss.
Good job though. One thing that I've been noticing is that you run more than you need to be, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like right there, I wouldn't have ran towards site because one, it just gives the. I mean, I didn't know there was two people on site, but I did expect there to be one. So if you know, if you expect one to be there, then try to just walk, because then you're gonna catch him off guard pretty much.
I see.
And that gives you an advantage, and then they wouldn't have both been looking at you, just been one looking at you. You got the dismiss off, most likely.
Yeah, I see.
It's just a little thing, but it's pretty important.
30 seconds left.
Oh, so this guy's op is crazy.
Yeah.
And then they already had two there. Okay, goodbye light armor. Actually don't know if you can buy here. Unless you want to sell your armor and just play like that. Sometimes I do that, but
Yeah.
it's a little bit risky.
Is this fine with you or?
It's fine, but you can also buy like Spectre or Ares, but most people don't know how to use Ares. But it's a very good gun. This is fine now. You
Okay.
could buy full armor, but you don't have to because you're Reyna.
That's how I want here.
You know, Cypher puts a cam every single time, so good try. Hit tab.
Huh?
Hit. Yeah. Yep. Okay. This is a classic case of a team diff. It looks like, but you always have potential to hard carry your team, no matter what.
Do you think the raise is like a smurf or something?
I don't really think about that ever, pretty much. Because if they are, yeah, yeah, that you can think of it like that. It doesn't matter if they're a Smurf, but if they're playing really well, then you can try to avoid where they're playing, and that's a very good thing to do. And that's why if you think about like the opposite, think about what the Raze wants to do. She wants to predict where you guys are gonna go, because if she's really good, she'll predict that you guys don't want to go to where she is, and she'll go to the other site. Expecting you
so
guys.
far she's been always on B, so.
Yeah, so you guys can just go A. I would, you know the door that opens?
No charges left.
The door that opened?
Toward
Oh
A.
yeah.
Yeah,
This
just
one, right?
yeah, flash and then just run through it. I also can't see your cursor, but I pretty sure you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, A door it says. Just run, flash through it. Was what was that? This is Plat. Like Plat is just like a grab bag of players. People are just like very good or not good at all.
Okay.
So yeah, you're gonna flash through. I would say it's good to expect your opponents to be like for the most part not very good.
Okay.
I'm not. That just kind of means you can play aggressive with more confidence, pretty much. So you're gonna flash, throw a good flash through the door and just run through it. You know where the Sova plays up top.
Do I throw a flash right here and through the door, or just through the door?
That's up to you. If you want to just drive peek that, he did have a scout. I don't know if he'll have him op, but yeah,
I
you
can
can
jiggle
flash it.
first.
Yeah, you can jump peek, you can just run across, but flashing's
jiggle
fine. That's, yeah. Yeah. You're good. Keep going. That's okay. Another thing you could have done is walked up close to the left.
Yeah.
See that angle she's playing, she wouldn't have been able to see you, and she wouldn't have looked below her either, most likely.
Yeah, I see. Should have done that.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's what I would have done, but that's definitely something that would have worked there.
Yeah.
I probably would have ran out a little quicker. Just because if you run out quicker, you have more duration on the flash before it runs out.
Yeah.
I don't know what these guys are doing. I don't know what she's doing. Here you could say there's 2B or 2A. But he probably already knows that. Or hopefully he knows that.
If you are not doing well, keep trying. We must keep up appearances.
Go A. You know where the dish is?
Yes.
Could try there. And if your team's really failing you, like hit tab again. Your team is kind of not doing great, so it's good in this position. You can sort of like make plays or call plays, because if your team's doing bad, having a leader that if you're playing well, you know, being the leader is kind of a good thing. So Yeah, take the fight here. They can be either side. Yeah, you don't really need to flash, you just follow this guy ult.
Yeah. Um,
Here, I'd say I'm gonna flash and run in. You guys
After
don't have
this
the
noise,
spike.
Hacker spawn.
Yeah.
Still in sight.
He's gonna. Oh,
um,
that's fine.
I know exactly.
It's kind of unlucky, really.
oh,
Okay, I'm just gonna let you play how you normally would instead of telling you what to do. I think that's best, honestly.
Last player standing.
I think going like the main on the front side of the map where he spawns best for this game.
okay.
Unfortunately, you sub-ulted one of your teammates. Yeah, you have the aim on these guys. It's just a matter of getting the kills. Like you gotta finesse the kills.
Yeah.
You can force. Remember, you could walk up for free on also toward the other side on B, but the Cypher has a cam,
Yeah.
just to be aware of everything.
Well, seems like my teammates want to go B, so.
Cypher pretty much plays the same thing every single round.
Yep.
And he has a trip there every time too.
Still in sight. Having their vision.
You can flash, I can't. You can just walk through the wall, you know where the box is? Yeah, exactly. Unlucky. Honestly,
Last player standing.
I think you would have got that kill if you had a flash there, but you didn't have enough money, obviously.
Long.
Yeah, this is unlucky. I mean, yeah. I'm guessing this is why I like this map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fix this time.
There's another thing though, games like this do happen, like, to pretty much everyone. It doesn't really matter what rank you are, or how good you are. Even players like tenz or, you know, whatever, still sometimes have bad games. And if you're playing bad, all you can really do is just think about what you can do to win the game, and if you end up just not winning, then try to just make it a learning experience for the next game you play.
I have the spike.
Oh, his body.
Spec dropped.
I got the spike.
Cutting their vision.
You have a gun.
Oh, oh,
You know there's two there?
yeah. Damn. I was trying to get the Sova to just miss out. But
Yeah, that's what I imagined as well. I can maybe show you some fracture after this so you don't hate it as much.
okay.
Honestly, you could just go out A main, hold tab. Their Viper's the worst player, so you can just run onto A site and
Well,
with that knowledge. That's a good thing to do is just hit tab, see if anyone's playing really bad on the enemy team,
yeah.
and then just try to like you're looking at the Raze, seeing she's really good, just trying to avoid her. Like do
Uh-huh.
the opposite and attack the people that are bad
I see.
if there's anyone that's bad. And if they're playing aggressive, like the Viper on the enemy team.
So instead of going door, I should just go aim. Just
Yeah, because you don't have to. You can go wherever you want, especially as a duelist. It doesn't matter where you attack from. If you get control of the site, that's your job for your team.
Just shut up.
Also, sometimes I swap to Phantom just for fun, just because I might have more potential with it. You can tell them you're gonna run out to site here. It's a good thing to say.
Oh, they're rotating off.
You can just say it doesn't matter, or you
I'm gonna go
follow.
A side. So, oh, they're open.
He's gonna re-pick you. You can just flash through the door and run away. That's tough. He's gonna try to op you. Yeah, just run away, run away.
So Reyna has an op there.
You're about to lose a spike, most likely.
Oh,
You should ult here.
Raze is only one on B.
You should ult whenever you
Okay.
feel necessary.
Okay.
The flash. Yeah, you're gonna have to play passive here. Right, yeah. Play the corner here to the right.
Reloading.
Play over to the right more, like straight in front of you. Never mind, this is fine. You have one flash to work with. Wait and then throw a flash. Like, yeah, this is perfect.
In sight. One enemy remaining.
He has an op. Don't peek, don't peek.
Maybe he's trying to save
He's
it.
probably
Yeah,
is.
money.
You can run. Okay, or it's just weird. You can also take the op if you want to, but it's up to
I'm
you.
not really good at that.
That is one thing that's good to learn for Jett, for sure.
Yeah.
Just free kills.
Like, how do I practice with the op? Like, anything.
It's just learning what angles you can hold. Aiming with it's really quite easy. All this reaction time
Yeah.
and setting up your scope sensitivity, which is a thing you have to be aware of.
I got mine's at 1.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be too high. I don't know, maybe not actually, but I think mine is 0.75 and I play quite high, so you'd probably want to put it like 0.6 or something.
Right.
But yeah. Can ult out and then run out to the left side. Remember under? Yeah, you can. It doesn't matter. Either way. Run back, run back, run back. Run out to site, run out to site. Or you don't have to. Your whole team's here.
Oh, that's not looking
Maybe your
good.
ult's gonna run out, so you have to take a fight somewhere.
Hawk out. Hawk destroyed. Spike down.
You can dismiss.
Last player standing.
They're gonna walk up on you.
No. You got
Yeah.
one more round?
Yeah,
If you got one more round, 9-3 curse.
doable. I can show you what I think your main problem is after this as well.
Okay.
Play aggressive here. Try to get up to where the cipher is. Maybe you try to kill his cam in the trip. Once you get those, just use your flashes.
Maybe that
Yeah,
one.
definitely run in here and flash. The Reaper wasted ult on the other side. Oh. You guys have 2 ops. How cringe.
That's in here.
I know exactly
Spike
where.
down. B.
This is actually winnable though.
Last player standing.
Oh, never mind.
Nowhere to run.
Probably still has his cam.
Switching sides.
But I can patch a bullet hole. Let me know if you need healing.
I would try. Do you ever use Frenzy or no?
I have tried using Frenzy. Use it.
It's sometimes inconsistent, but like medium to short range, it's just like a monster.
Right.
Don't full spray it at long range, just like tap or
Yeah.
slight burst. Yeah. Okay, so you're peeking this.
I'm just gonna walk up there to see if I can get any info if they're coming.
If they are coming, you can sit in the corner up top to the left, and they most likely won't check it. You hear a bunch.
Shouldn't be me.
Okay, I would just run, because they're probably not going to be here.
Uh,
Unless they have a cipher trip, which is unfortunate, but...
Spike planted.
Let's start walking in like 2 seconds.
Last player standing.
Reload. They're going to peek you from the left. That's unfortunate. Sometimes you get the double dink like you did on the Reyna, and sometimes sometimes it's just unlucky.
Zenfire, let's not
we should
complicate it.
force it.
I would buy a shorty and go to the other side. Actually, you can force. It's fine if you want to. Go to I guess that's fine. You can play up in the window. Usually people will come from front side first. That's something you'll notice. And you can play on the right side if they flash and just wait for them, like their Reyna did.
Yeah.
You can call that they're A.
I hear it a lot. Eh?
You can come out and peek them. You need to drop here and help because you have control of site. Yep. Now you just wait. They're gonna give you a kill. Just wait. And they give you another one. Just wait. You don't have to push them yet. Another one on site. You have half your ammo.
Oh wow.
You know where they both are.
One enemy remaining. Last
Oh
player
no.
standing.
She double thinking.
Yeah. Do you ever use the Ares?
Not really.
I mean, that gun's. You just kind of owned him with it, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, you did the exact right thing though. If you aim down sights, you shoot a little slower,
Point.
and it's just better. Go to B this time.
Okay.
I would buy full and devour. Oh, wait.
An Aries? Yeah.
You could do that. I would have just bought like a phantom and then whatever I could. But
I
this
was
is
gonna
good.
buy anything with a phantom, like no armor.
Yeah, it's fine. You can ult here though.
Yeah.
I like to play close,
Oh.
right? But your guy's gonna TP there. Okay. Just wait. Yeah. You don't have to play too passive. This is a bit too passive a little more. Yep.
Oh no.
Peek him. Aw. Wow, that's all tragic what just happened. Well, I mean, honestly, you didn't play that bad at all,
Flawless. Attackers win.
but it's just unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I would do better like on another map because like I don't play this. Like I normally like dodge.
Yeah, let me show you how to play it, how I play on that map anyway,
Yeah.
and then I can show you what I think your main issue is, like overall.
I.
What that is, I think your main issue is like you have slight fear of committing. In deathmatch, you don't have this, and I saw you own a lot of people in deathmatch. Sometimes you obviously die in deathmatch, but whenever you
Yeah.
didn't, you'd get like streaks of kills, which is what you want to aim to do in an actual game. Sometimes you'll die, and sometimes
Uh-huh.
and you obviously won't feel good to die. But as long as you're making space for your team, that's your primary goal. Kills are just a byproduct of taking space.
Right.
So I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay, so want to do fracture. We'll start attack, I guess. So yeah, Reyna is very good for this map because there's just so many places you can flash. The main problem I saw with you, like I was saying, is it's sort of like a fear to commit. I don't know if it's like a fear to die or just fear of like making a bad play, because you did say you don't want to be like flamed by your teammates or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, the main way you get out of that is just mute them and forget that they said anything. So you don't want to make dumb plays, like as in, I don't know, it's like there's like a fine line between making dumb aggressive plays and playing not like playing too passive and then like not having a chance, not giving yourself a chance for picks.
Right.
I think you play better on defense just from watching that short game. You barely even defended, but I think you would, and I do too. Most people probably do. So first thing we did here was here. So think about this map. It's just like a big, like they start in the middle. You start on this side, but you can technically start anywhere here on any part of the outside. It's like a big circle, and there are 4 places you can come in from.
There.
I guess technically 5, but yeah. So what you want to do here, if you're attacking this side, you did the good thing by flashing, but Raze is really like to nade this, like you saw that game. So you can just kind of wait here. People won't often peek this angle. If people are gonna peek, they'll peek from right here, very early in the round as you're walking up.
Yeah.
So what I like to do, you can either just fight them. What I like to do is kind of walk up like this, so that, I mean, you obviously try not to make noise, but if you walk up like this and you're really close, you'll have a good chance of catching them off guard, because if you think about how they're looking, they'll be looking over here, and then you'll already be right here, because they won't, you know.
Yeah.
I don't really remember where exactly the barrier is. I think it's like here
There.
maybe, but it'll take them a second to get all over here, and so by the time they're up here, you can already be
There.
up over this and be close, and then at that point, you can just jiggle peek. I think you did jump peek, which is good. So jiggle peeking's my preferred method, just because it's I don't know, you can do it a lot, and you don't make noise. So, but either's good. So if they're not here, you can watch sight. They won't usually peek here. I'll show you a really good spot. I like to show you like attack and defense, because they're technically it's all like all one. So
Right.
because they play hand in hand, even though you only play one side at a time. So this is a really good spot here whenever you're attacking. You don't really need to peek, but you know how you're sitting over here and then the Viper is like looking at you? Because this is a pretty
Yeah.
common area to sit. It's not necessarily a bad spot, but you don't want to sit there too often. So this is probably my favorite spot to sit on this site. You can't get spammed through this, and this is something that isn't usually spam, especially by plat or diamond players. So like if you imagine like last game where they're running up, if they're like right here, or even on stairs, you can just swing them. Because by the time they're running up,
There.
there's gonna be someone probably going that way. Not everyone's gonna be looking right here, because most people won't expect you to be
There.
right here. Another thing you do is just wait, and just keep waiting. And then once they get the plant, you can kill the planter and come around this way or something.
Yeah.
You can also jump peek, but this only works a couple times. Just because like if you get like 3 kills here once, that applies to like any map, any spot. You don't want to play the same spot every time.
Yeah.
So if that's something you struggle with, is consistently going to the same area to defend or attack, it goes both ways, then, you know, make sure you swap it up. So this is something you can spam if you think they're going to be playing there. But yeah, you saw there's a Viper wall. That was from your Viper. But if there's no Viper wall, this is somewhere they can be. So you can watch that. They can be here. They can be here. You can also spam this. It's a pretty common spot. You saw that you got
There.
killed from here a couple times, I think.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. They can be up there. So you can just kind of flash here after you kind of jiggled the stuff. If you want to run up. Also, I noticed like this is like right here is where you start to get kind of iffy. And what I would do is just, I don't have fear of dying because I know my team is behind me, hopefully behind me, and gonna like trade up. And if they don't, that's very frustrating. So you flash up, and then I kind of just run up. You can run into sight here. It's fine. And then this is where I start shift walking. Because I know Cypher plays here and the cam's there, but generally the cam's not there. And sometimes you can shoot people in the back of the head here. So if you do die while running up to sight, then it is what it is. Your team should get you, but I'd say majority of the time you won't die. But another play is you can push here, clear this corner. You can just shift walk here,
Okay.
clear the corner. This is like my favorite play for this site, honestly. If you're attacking, you can push up here, get into this corner. You saw that you killed the Reyna right here because in her mind she didn't even think anyone could come there yet for whatever reason, because it's plat. But this is a really good spot right here. Just kind of wait, because obviously this is like the main place people rotate in this map. So from here to here,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people come from here or here, like to flank rotate, but you just sit here wait. Sometimes you can wait for 2 to cross, and you have good trigger discipline, get both of them, free kills, and then, you know, you have the round pretty much. Other than that, you could just play sight. Post plant, you can sit up here. This is good. But what I was trying to tell you to do is instead of playing here multiple times in a row, you could swap, like, cause you got the kill on the Sova here earlier. I would have played like this or something, or like out a little bit. Cause then, like, he's probably gonna expect you to be in this general area. But if you're here, you're gonna catch him off guard quicker.
Okay.
Another thing you could do is come down the rope and play this sort of area here, because this gets you control of this. And if you're someone coming from flank, then you also have to be aware of this, but that's pretty rare, honestly. So you like playing this area a lot, but I would suggest definitely trying to get control of this area over here. Obviously, that starts from flashing from this area. And then being careful for there, clearing the corner, and then doing everything that we said. So any questions about this area, pushing from this side? Or defending from this side?
No.
Okay. I'll just go to their side now. So this side, if you think about it, it's very rare for multiple people to come from this side or from that side. I'd say especially so in lower ranks, just because I don't know, just because people are generally less coordinated. I couldn't hear your team there. I don't know if they're coordinating much, but it didn't seem like it. It seems like most of the time people just go here or here
Yeah.
together, and sometimes you have like a lurk here or here, and your job is going to be lurking. So you want to get comfortable and familiar with these parts of the map. So you did good. You don't need to look here, because especially if your team's over here, they have this locked down, so don't worry about that. Just look here. This is a common spot for people to peek from, and then right here behind the boxes, and then I would say these two are the most common, behind the boxes and then up top, mainly up top, but they can also peek from here. So you just kind of like expect them come from wherever, and then you can walk up. And there's a cam in the case of the last game, but a lot of the time you can just walk up like this and don't make noise. Go up the rope, and there's a good chance that someone will be standing here looking out this way. That you can shoot in the side of the head or back of the head. And yeah, that's that. You can even walk through. You can walk through here. It doesn't really matter. Your purpose is just get behind them and get a kill, or just take a fight and get a kill. Usually they'll peek you from up here if they will peek you at all. But in the case of the Cypher, he's very scared. So defending, you can peek from here, or you can swing all the way out like this. Especially if you're on Reyna or Jett, you can just get the kill, dismiss, or dash away if you get the kill or whatever. You can also, I like to just sit like this and wait, because whenever people peek like this, you can usually hear them. They're gonna make footsteps. And what you can do, so like whenever you peek from right here, they're gonna be looking up here most likely. But if you hear them and they keep running to like here, by this point they'll be looking this way. So then you can swing or just shift walk and shoot them in the side of the head when they're like here or whatever. That's something you can apply to like any map or any spot instead of just holding the spot like this and just waiting, because they're obviously gonna check this because there's a good chance you're gonna be here. You can just wait and listen. Obviously don't wait for the whole round because they can walk up as well. So that's when you want to like jiggle, make sure they're not walking up, and just go back to hiding. You defended from here pretty well. This is good. Like I said, you can sit here. This goes back to the other side though. So now I'll go over to this side. This is the side where I noticed you had a little more like, you're a little more hesitant to push, which is fine. So this flash is quite good. You could throw it like over here a little more, just so that like people here that are holding this angle get flashed, because it's like right here instead of here or whatever. Because technically they could do that and then this box would cover it. But overall, good flash, good idea to flash there. So you flash here, and then if your team's stomping, you might as well stomp with them. So one thing I saw you do is you would flash, and then the first time I think you just waited, and then you weren't sure if you wanted to go out or not. And so I told you to go out. I told you to just run out, and then this is what you did. You did this, and then you kind of waited, and then you ran out. So this is from start to finish. I'll show you how I would do this. And then from this point, so now you're out. I made one footstep. You don't actually have to make noise, because basically when you flash, if they don't shoot the flash, they have to be hidden behind this wall or in this corner if you don't see them. And if you see them, they're blind and you're just going to shoot them. So from this point, obviously they can be in a lot of spots. I'll ping some of them. Anywhere on site, I don't know honestly where to ping there. It could be like close here, and they can also be up here and here. So one thing you could do is shift walk up the rope, and sometimes, most of the time, I don't know, it just feels like sometimes people play up here, not always though. So this is another good way you can get like in behind them. You'll notice a common theme of my playstyle is trying to get in behind them for kills. So, and if it's not getting behind them, you're gonna try to get the kill here, because your aim's good. I've already told you that. You have potential to win the one-on-one fights, especially like a vandal. You just one-tap them. You get the heal if you take damage. That's your perk as Reyna. So this is basically the same thing as over here. Literally the same thing, because it's kind of symmetric, except you're holding for the other side. You could play closer. You could even jiggle this if you want, but I would suggest just waiting and listening. Again, you can have trigger discipline.
Yeah.
And so that's what you can do on this side. But your downfall here is that you came out like this and you died like right here. She was holding you.
Yeah.
So you should expect them to be that area. You don't actually have to go up this rope. You can keep shift walking under them like this, and then kill someone on sight. They won't expect it. Cause like if someone's sitting
There.
sight and then their Reyna's up here,
There.
they're gonna assume that the Reyna has this whole area covered and that they can't be flanked.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that might be kind of confusing, and it feels probably really weird because you feel like there's a Reyna there that's gonna kill you, but you can also just do this and then get the shot on her. But basically, I don't know. It's just all about finessing the kills, trying to do what you feel is right.
Yeah.
So another thing you do from start, you can flash. Also, wait a sec for this flash to fully go off, because if you peek before it goes off, then
Yeah.
they won't be blind.
Cutting their
You
vision.
probably already know that, but you can spam that. You don't have to. I don't think they can be there if you start here. So so in this case, the Viper had this smoked.
There.
This won't always be smoked. You can kind of just walk up here or run if your team's running. You can flash high or low. And yeah, you can run, it just depends on what your team's doing, or you can also walk. So first round you came up here and then you dropped. I would have personally like sat back here a little bit and just kind of waited to see what the best option is, because my team's gonna plant. They're probably gonna come from here, here, or
Yeah.
here. There might also be one from main. So you can hold this and just wait.
Yeah.
People will just jump down, and if you realize it's like getting lit like halfway through the bomb and no one's there yet, then probably no one's gonna come from there. So in this case you can just peek here, try to get a kill here. This is just one way to play this though. You can also play it down here in the spot, probably here because this won't be spammed. You can also play over here, hold main. However you want really. You can also sit back here, hold like this. And this side's kind of nice, I think, to defend on, or like to defend site from
Yeah.
whenever you've planted. So any questions so far here?
No.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to defend here, you can obviously do this peek that people do. This is kind of risky. I don't usually do that. I sit here sometimes because I feel like this corner is like so obvious to sit in that people sometimes don't even think to check it.
Right.
So you can. This is like a one-time spot though on defense for the site. So, and outside of playing up here to defend this side of the A site, you
Yeah.
can just play like this. But one thing I like to do is just kind of walk up close like this and see if anyone wants to run through here. And if someone does open the door, I just kind of like take advantage of it,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Because like if I open the door, then obviously everyone that's in here is gonna turn and look at me.
Yeah.
But if they open the door and the enemy team sees it's one of their teammates that's opened the door, then then you get free access to shoot someone in the back of the head, or maybe even to run through here. But so another thing you can do is if they're pushing this, you can just flash. You don't necessarily need to push with it, but if you just flash, and this is another thing that random flash is good for, you get information. So like if you flash and you hear how many people shoot, then basically what you're doing is getting information about how many people are in a certain area. So if you flash
Cutting their
and
vision.
you hear 3 people shoot to break it, then at least you could say 3 people toward A main, and then you can just run back because 1v3ing is not a very favorable fight. Or if you have the intention of just flashing, peeking, just missing out, whatever you really want to do there, that's a really good flash though that I use sometimes. I personally like to play toward this side right here,
There. On my way.
just because I can more easily rotate to B, and as a duelist you want to have easy access to rotate.
Right.
And so that's for the same reason how I play B on defense is more so like close here or behind the box here, so I can just rotate if they're A. Because if I play up where the Cypher is playing here, and it's gonna take me much longer to rotate.
Right.
So for this part, I go here like 1 or 2 times the whole half on defense, but you can go to the left or to the right. I think a good thing to do is just kind of sit here and wait, because sometimes Silver will dart it, but if you hear them running up, most of the time they'll split, but you can wait to get a good angle on them, or kill them like this if they're all running this side, because you can
Right.
kind of like timing them like this. Overall, this is kind of just awkward to peek from, so it's up to you if you want to play it, but this is a good spot. Most people will check it, I feel like, but again, it's a one-time spot that you could potentially use to get away with a couple kills. And I mean, that's, I feel like pretty much most of the map.
Yeah.
Unless there's like, I mean, there's this like tunnel here that pretty much never really gets used unless someone's just weird, but you can't use it, I guess. You have any questions about this map?
No.
Okay, so I guess lastly, to like summarize everything, is basically try to, you don't want to, like I said, there's like a line between playing too aggressive and then playing too passive. You don't want to play too passive because your job, if you think about, if you ever need to think about if you're playing too aggressive or too passive, ask yourself if you're making space for your team. If you're not making space for your team, if you haven't planted the bomb like once on attack, I'm not saying it's entirely your fault, but it might be slightly your fault if because you're not making space for your team.
Right.
Obviously, there's many factors that play into that, but you can think of it like that instead of thinking about, am I playing aggressive? Am I getting enough kills? It's not really about kills, it's just about taking control. So if your teammate trades you and you don't get a kill, that's fine. Obviously,
Okay.
you'd prefer to get a kill or multiple kills, but that can't always happen and it won't always happen. So, but it is okay to play aggressive at the same time. You just have to do it smart. You saw, like I essentially did the same thing where you flashed out, but I, instead of just running out here, I walked up. Oh yeah, walking is another thing. Also, I would, you know how you're running up the site here?
Yeah.
I would suggest walking there, and in other scenarios you ran out from here and ran, I would suggest just shift walking. So try to ask yourself, there's also such thing as shift walking too much, because you go too slow,
Yeah.
but I think right now you're more on the side of running too much. So try to find the balance there as well.
Okay.
You wanna go over another map? Cause I still have time if you want to, but we don't have to.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so my last video I did bind and ascent. Do you want to do another one, or do you want to do one of those?
Hmm. I want to do,
Whatever you need most help with.
let me see. We got, I think like Icebox.
Okay. Icebox is a fun one. I mean, actually, it's kind of a trash map. I don't like it that much, but it could be fun to play, especially on A site. Um, yeah, it's definitely a unique map though. It plays kind of special. Do you want to play Jett or Reyna, or someone else?
Depends on what I like, what I'm feeling.
Would you normally play Jett on this map, or no?
Um,
Or just depend? Like, what would you like,
like,
Phil?
it just depends.
Okay,
Sometimes I play Killjoy or Sky too.
I'll go Jett because I think there's a lot of potential for Jett on this map.
Right.
But I'll also explain how you could play Reyna a little bit as well.
Okay.
Yeah, this map's kind of fun, honestly. Sometimes, anyway.
Yeah.
Think you can keep up? Who am I kidding? You know you can't keep up. My ult's ready. I got the spike.
Okay, so attacking. Generally, if you think about, let's just think about this map conceptually. Most of the time, most action happens on A site, unless it's just a sort of an odd game. I would say like at least an average for my games, like 60% of the fights happen on A site, and sometimes people only go A site. But obviously, some games people like to go B and swap it up. Sometimes people even go mid, but that's, I would say, much more rare to go mid. Like maybe 5 or 10% of the pushes would go there. But most of the
Right.
time, it's on A. So I'm gonna spend most of the time here on A, and then kind of glide over the other parts. So should we talk about attacking or defending first? I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
We'll just start here, I guess. So first thing you have to be aware of here is that they can be up here from whenever you peek here. They can also be pushing up here, and they can also be deep in nest here in the corner. So these are three things that you always have to think about. And technically, they can be behind here, although that's very rare, to be honest. So you can, whenever you jump up here, you can see that corner, so they know they can't be there. I do this play sometimes. You can just kind of come up here fearlessly, see if anyone wants to fight you. But also you have to be careful of down here because they can kill you from there, and also behind this.
Here.
So this is why Icebox sometimes feels so just odd. Also upping as Jett on this map's very good. So another thing you can do instead of going up there, do you usually normally go up there or do you not do that often?
I pretty much always go there.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. If you're Reyna, you can come lower. Obviously, be careful of all this stuff again, but um, you can jiggle here. They can be up top here. They could be here, here. This spot is broken for defense. I'll go ahead and show it to you. People don't really clear this a lot, but they will see you whenever they run up.
Here.
So I'm just saying that they won't have their crosshair placed at you most of the time.
Right.
But what this spot excels at doing is killing whoever jumps up here.
Yeah.
And you basically just headshot them. If you're playing Jett, headshot. That wasn't a good dash, but you can smoke it dash, I guess. But you get the kill, or you can just like fight more people here after you get the kill, or you can just dash and be careful up top as well.
Yeah.
But what that would look like to the enemy, basically, they have no chance of killing you as they jump up. You just like most people have no clue of this, but this is something you can be aware of if you're attacking from now on.
Okay.
So that is one of my go-to spots for defending. So for running up, again clearing all this stuff, and then that spot. It can also be up here.
Here.
From up here, you can clear here, here, and then yeah. Usually it's best to play up top on the high ground here, but this is how you do it. Normally pushing up here isn't very good. You can clear like this, and then kind of just sit. Like going up here is probably one of the best things you can do. Because you catch people generally off guard whenever you're attacking. The spike will go down. If you're feeling hyper aggressive, you see some players just go like this, and if there's like one or two players left, you can do this. Normally people will never be down there, but I don't know why I thought of that. So the last area you can go, well actually, technically you can go up here. This is also pretty good. So this allows you to get some free shots on enemies. And you can go across here. You can go loud and proud, or you can just shift. It kind of depends on the situation.
Right.
And the last spot you can go is here. Is Jett if you're upping, or if you have knives, mainly just knives. You can go like this. It can be kind of risky. Also, I just thought of another spot that they can be on. And defense is right here. You've probably seen this before.
Yeah.
It's like a head glitch spot, so you can play this. It is kind of risky because a lot of people know about it. But if you land your shots, you land your shots.
I normally play another head glitch spot. It's like at the nest. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is it here?
Yeah. No, like go to the right more. Like keep going to the right, close to the front wall. Okay,
Here?
now go to the right. No, to the right. Keep going, keep going.
Over here?
No, just keep on going. Like keep peeking, like super close to the wall. It's keep going, like slow. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Headshot angle. Yeah.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
nice. Yeah, I've never used that. That's nice. I'm guessing you know about this.
Yeah.
You know you can jump there. You don't need to updraft.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty good. You can do that on any agent. That's a nice head glitch though. Oops. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, you can. I guess you could head glitch here even too.
Yeah, and nest as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, you clearly know some good spots. Other spots that I play on defense, I like to play this. This is again only good for like 1 or 2 times. Other than that, playing backside is really solid. You see a lot of players also just kind of on attack. If you're taking the rope, instead of going all the way to here, you can get off here and then come up like this and just wait for them. You have to be careful of here as well though.
Yeah.
And yeah, so for that, obviously just be careful. If any spots that you play on defense, just make sure you yourself are aware of them as well, because I feel like that's kind of rare. People do peek from here sometimes, but if you think someone will peek from there, you can pre-aim that. But pre-aim here for sure, because that's gonna be common. They could be up here, it could be there, or there, and then they could be up here. And here I like to jiggle this before I drop. And also I'll teach you this. Whenever you drop, do you know you could shoot to mask the sound of? Yeah, you should always do that whenever you drop from anywhere. It just makes it better for you, just for your Because if they know you're up here, then they just hear a shot and they don't hear you drop, then that's very good. So
Alright.
yeah, only really good players will know that you've dropped, or will expect you to have dropped. From here, you can walk up on the right side as well. Be careful of there, obviously, and up top on that. And then here, you usually get the spike down. Sometimes stage
Here.
walls here or here.
Yeah.
Um, at this point, you don't need to play too aggressive. Oh no, it's really up to you how you want to play the post plant here. You can play flank, you can play up
Here.
here, you can play nest. You can sit here and wait for them. You can sit up here. You can push here. There's really like a lot of options, but this site is that's why this site is so commonly used, I think. Also, you can do that, which is really cool
Yeah.
on any agent. It helps you get to their spawn more easily. I'm not very good at it apparently, but yeah, it's easier with jet glide. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so up here, that's what I would do. Um, what else for defense? You can go up here with jet glide. You can actually jump and use the rope to get there, but it's kind of hard. But you can just glide with jet. And if you're opping
Here.
or scouting, you can use this or marshal. Marshal's a very good gun. Did you like using the areas in the last round there?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can tell, but it shoots a little faster whenever you hip fire. Actually, I don't know if that's true. It just shoots. I think it shoots more accurately or something whenever you aim down sights.
Yeah, I'm down tight because it's more accurate.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would usually do that unless they're just close to you. But this gun's really good. And then the
I also do
marshal.
like the Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall is really, I mean, it's like a god weapon, and it's extremely cheap. So if you want to use that on eco rounds, you could just buy that instead of buying like armor. You just buy that only,
Yeah.
and oops, and you can get really good with it. Maybe practice it in the range, because Kovacs, I don't know if Kovacs has like sniper drills or whatever, but if it does, you could do that. Also, figure out your scope sensitivity. You see my sense here. This is 800 DPI, so you could imagine yours might be a little lower than this. Like between
Yeah.
0.6 and 0.7 maybe even lower. But yeah,
Wait,
another,
so
yeah, go ahead.
why are we using a different scope sense than
Oh,
our main sense?
well, because it's different, so if you put 0.41, it's gonna feel really slow, like really slow. You don't want it to be 1, because if you think about the default sensitivity, I don't even remember what it is, but this is really fast. So for me, I don't know if 0.75 is actually perfect, because I don't really op or scout too much, but I just kind of adapted to it. You just have to do whatever feels good to you. I don't know why it's a different sensitivity, but I guess that's kind of just how it is.
Wait, isn't scope sense 1 multiplier this like just your normal sense?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is because it's just multiplying your normal aim. So like when you make it lower, it's gonna add that multiplication to your normal sense, and it's gonna make it slower.
Yeah, it's definitely slower. I'm not sure honestly. I don't know too much about it, but I would definitely basically the idea is just to figure out what feels comfortable to you. If you're comfortable in whatever it is right now, then just keep it and just practice using it pretty much.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know too much about the calculation though. Yeah. So anything else for this site you want to think about here?
No.
Okay. It's kind of an awkward site. Whenever you're defending, I guess you can also push here. This is a little risky, but you can catch people here and then just get out really quick. But yeah, that's about it. I'll go ahead and go over to B site now.
But also on attack, like I mean on defense, when I like op, you can also like go to like what's it called, pipes.
On defense?
I mean
Yeah.
attack.
On attack, you go pipes.
Yeah, with the op. So basically, you just go from nest, take the rope onto pipes, and then you can get like a free shot off.
Yeah, that works.
Not here on what's it called, the defense.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
you can basically come here, and then you take the rope and go onto pipes.
Yeah, this is something you can do with any weapon. You know, it doesn't have to be with a an op. You see a lot of good, like players do this, like duelists, and then just take the fight because I know they can win the fight. So why not take it? And even with knives too.
Yeah.
You can do that. It also works for up here as well. So for Jett, when I'm basically, I pretty much always do this as Jett. I just updraft here. You ever do this?
Sometimes.
I would do this. You don't have to do it every single time, but just experiment with it and just understand why it's really good. Because basically, people can be here, 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 back yellow, and this applies pressure. Sometimes people sit like right here, and if you updraft, they'll see you and they'll probably get scared because like they know they're about to be trapped from this angle right here, and then the angle from the other people they're about to run out. So,
Right.
and obviously they're probably not gonna land a shot on you if you're updrafting because you're updrafting. It's harder to shot on someone that's doing that unless they're either god lucky or they're opping, because sometimes it's easy to hit flick shots. But this is good. Just expect them to be like here, here, and maybe here, and then if there's no one, I just kind of like to run up. They can be here, they can be up here, here and here, and then close right here. So I just showed you all the spots that I like using on defense. The first of which for Jett is up here, and just kind of wait. And if you hear multiple, you tell your team. But if you wait for like 2 to run up, sometimes people check this in plat, probably not. And this will get you at least 2 or 3 kills easily. And you can even jump over like this or dash over and take control. But that's less common to do. You can even go all the way up here, but that's also less common to do. And it's easier to do on raise. So this spot right here is I wouldn't suggest this one because this is the most common that people check and expect people to be.
Yeah.
So I would play, if anywhere, I'd play like this. But that's also, I don't play that one very much. My favorite spots are up there and right here. And you can just kind of wait. And you just wait. Wait for them to come up, and if you hear them running up, it's the same thing. Sometimes, like if you think about where these guys are looking, they're looking over here or yellow. They will notice you whenever they come up, but they're not going to be aiming here. So this is why this spot's good.
I see.
And another spot, last spot that I like defending on is right here. It's called back yellow. People pretty much never clear this, and ranks below like high radiant or high immortal and like radiant. So this is, I could pretty comfortably say this is a good spot you can use a couple times. And again, they'll just run out. The problem is that people will run out here and here, so eventually they will see you from yellow. So you have to choose a side to pick or peek from.
Yeah.
Usually you can wait for the planter, kill the planter, and then try to take fights wherever. So this is like a ride or die spot where you'll get multiple kills hopefully, and then just die, like get a 2-for-1 or 3-for-1.
Right.
But kind of all these are like that. So if you're gonna play more defensively, probably play a different role, but also a spot like this is fine. You can also sit up here. This is good for B site. Just kind of waiting here. You shouldn't get spammed. Just wait for them.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you just kill people that are planting because they just don't even expect you to be there. So other than that, I wouldn't really play anywhere else. I wouldn't play insight just because it's kind of passive. And by the time that they're out, they're going to be back yellow, and you're already basically where your team's going to be retaking from. So that's where their crosshairs are going to be placed. So if you want to play all the way back here, you can with an op, but the best place to op from is definitely up here, like this, or up here. I'm just kind of holding this. So yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much defending B site. For attacking, I'll show you again the updraft here. If you don't updraft, you can just run up to the left like this.
Right.
Clear all the things I showed you, even if you don't think they're going to be there. I'm doing it a little bit faster than I normally would, but at this point you can walk. You don't have to, especially if your team's making a lot of noise. You can come here. At this point, there's likely going to be some smokes down, so you can kind of play around the smoke, especially Viper, because Viper is pretty much, I don't know if I would say a must pick, but she's really good on this map. So you play around like the Viper smokes and stuff. And another thing you can do is come up close right here, and you can catch people off guard. This is another place you can push, because you can often get through here without anyone seeing you. So you just kind of get through here, and you can sit right here and hold this. But usually when people rotate, they'll go through that, so you won't be able to see them. But you can't see here, or you can hide and just wait for them to come up through mid. or you can continue pushing. It just depends how you play. What would you normally do when you attack here? You can also sit before you say it. Let me the best thing, other best two spots to play like for post plant is just up here, and then behind yellow.
Yeah, that's the 2 spots I play.
Yeah, these are solid spots, but if you notice that your team either A can't get the spike down and your team just all dies before the spike goes down, then you can play more
Yeah.
aggressively like I just said here,
Okay.
or even
Here.
here if you want to, like all the way into snowman. But this is ideal here and here, I think. So
Yeah.
because usually you can get this
Here.
plant there, but sometimes stuff happens and people die, especially if it's like a killjoy setup or Viper mollies, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is good. That's good that you play there. Other than that, there's mid. I would suggest taking advantage of mid on attack. Sometimes you shouldn't go there every time. If you know people pushing mid. Also, another weird thing about this map is you can sit and spawn, and a lot of times the enemy team will just feed you a kill. People on the enemy team will not be happy in all chat, but that's okay. You can just sit here, and people will never look and spawn. Oops, until they see that you're sitting in spawn, and then
Yeah.
they'll always be scared that you're gonna be there, so they will stop pushing. But I would only do this if you expect people to like flank you, because if you all go A and then you've been getting flanked a lot, you just sit here, tell your team wait, I'll get the flanker, and then after that you can rotate out, go B or something. But other than
Okay.
that, going mid, you can play a weird spot right here as well if they push mid instead of playing there. But as far as for pushing mid, you do have to be careful of here. They can peek there. They can also push this. So, but the biggest thing is right here. It's called boiler,
Here.
and then right here.
Yeah.
And then obviously aim like this. My favorite play is to just walk up into kitchen. Obviously not with my knife out, but they can be right here. So the reason this is good is again because you're getting behind them, and my playstyle revolves a lot about like getting behind them or getting into advantageous spots to which I can kill multiple of them. And so here, often you catch someone here on boiler or like right here, and if there's no one, you can sneak behind A. And if there's no one there, you can sneak behind A, often get someone here. So obviously this all depends on there being no one in kitchen, and a lot of the time you'd be surprised there's really not many people that actually play kitchen, especially in plat. I've said that a lot, like I've said especially in plat a lot. That's because plat actually, you have a lot of potential to get out of plat, and plat actually isn't probably as good as, well you already know it's not that good because you already had diamond, so you know you have the potential to get out of it. But yeah, another thing you can do is push under tube and go kitchen. I'm not gonna show that just because it connects to everything else we just did. So if you go kitchen, you can push through here, get behind them. If you go here, you can just take control of B site. Here you can push up. Be careful obviously of everything. And then this is a play you can make just with your team. You can walk up mid. And there's probably gonna be someone watching it. You likely won't get all the way through here without, usually someone just plays boiler, but yeah, if you think no one plays kitchen, just try to take advantage of that. That's my main thing to give you there for this map. And defending mid, the way that I like to do it, the way you can do it is you could peek here with a vandal, or just hold it with an op or with knives. The way I like to do it is just walk up like this, and just kind of listen. Then kind of just jiggle here, see if they're walking into tube. That's how I like to play it, but I don't really play mid too much on this map. I usually just play A and sometimes rotate to B. So just to recap for B side real quick. Pretty much always, the first time I defend on B, I go up here, just because this is a ridiculously good spot that you'll be able to get away with once. Once you do it once and they see you, you won't be able to use it again. And you usually have to start here, because if you updraft after the round starts, there's a chance they'll just hear you and then they'll know. But also, mainly, the main thing you should remember about this site is that updrafting here is very good. For reasons that you'll realize as you begin to do it. So. Yeah, I think that's about it though. You have any final thoughts or final questions?
Not really.
Okay, you think this was helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess just keep messaging me if you have like questions, or if I'm pretty sure you can get back to diamond. I mean, you're obviously like 2 wins away, so focus on the things I told you. The 2 maps that we went over should help a little bit. Yeah, keep me updated if you hit diamond again.
Okay.
And I would just say shoot for immortal. Honestly, you have the potential. Just a matter of time.
Yeah. My friend, what's it called, that I was playing with, he got to like immortal too. But
Yeah, it runs in the friend group for sure. Also finding if you can get a little higher and you can duo, that's also very good because a duo is good for multiple reasons. But yeah, I'm glad I helped. Hope you get ranked up again soon.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you. Peace.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, if you made it this far, that's honestly kind of impressive. But if you made it this far, please subscribe and like. And yeah, if you also want coaching yourself, leave a comment in the description, or I mean in the comments, and with your Discord tag. That's the important part. Leave it with your Discord tag, and I will give you guys a coaching session just like this one between 60 minutes and 90 minutes for free. You guys have a nice day. Okay? Yep.